I want to give you a little bit of a back history of how we got here. A lot of you probably know it, but just for the record. In March of 2012, Jerry Willis had the idea to celebrate the centenary of the fastening grounding. We organised that, and we were able to get Vern Cuthbertson up here, who had the figurehead off the Caradog, as the fasten was previously known. Vern bought it for £75, sold it to us for $15,000. Jerry Willis, who can't be here today, he gives his apologies, formed the Furneaux Maritime History Association with a number of other people. Don Bailey was our first president, and stored the Caradog in one of his sheds for the next 10 years. For that 10 years we were in limbo, in a chicken and egg situation. We didn't have any premises, and that really restricted us from doing anything. In late 2020, the Holloway Park building became available, but needed quite significant touching up to be suitable for what we wanted to do. We applied for a grant, got knocked back. It cost us $15,000. But then the opportunity to get the kiosk at the Lady Barron tennis courts came up, and we were able to get that, and we moved in and opened our display on the 26th of January 2022. Bill Judd, son of Tommy Judd, did some concept designs for us and is still working on those, and we were able to show them at the symposium we had in August last year. That symposium was successful in raising $7,000 towards our project, and we now have a balance of over $17,000 in our account for the centre. The symposium committee then morphed into the Lady Jillian Project somehow. Ken Stockton and others had 10 years ago talked of getting the Jill over here and tying her up in Pat's River and doing some restoration there, but unfortunately that didn't come to pass. As Ronald mentioned, someone, and we'll name Kerry Prescott, had the idea that the Lady Jill would make a good adjunct to our centre, and that's it, ball rolling. As Ronald said, the show was coming up. Warren Dick was going to be guest of honour, and he drew the short straw. That went really well. The organising committee of the symposium morphed, as I said, into the project for Lady Jillian Project, but we decided we need to solidify, incorporate and set up a vehicle which could take over the Lady Jillian on behalf of the community, if we could make it work. To do that, we needed to get tax deductibility status. We decided we didn't want to go for a grant. We wanted to do it as a community project. So the Lady Jillian Association was incorporated, and we applied to the Charities and Not-for-Profits Commission to be recognised there. We changed our constitution like they wanted, and we got that. But when we went to the ATO, the tax office, for deductibility, they knocked us back that we didn't have a collection. So we went back to the Maritime History Association. They had a collection and changed our constitution in line with the Charities Commission and applied for tax status. The tax office wanted us to justify that we were a public museum, and we were able to do that. And then the ATO granted us the ability to get tax deductible gifts. This is important for a number of reasons. It means we don't have to pay income tax. It gives us the ability to accept tax deductible gifts such as the Lady Jillian, and it also allows us to accept tax deductible financial donations, which will help the fundraising for our centre and will also help for the recovery and restoration of the Lady Jillian. The Maritime History Association will own the Lady Jillian, but the Lady Jillian Association will manage its retrieval, conservation and restoration. At one stage we at some stage we hope the Lady Jillian Association will become a public museum in its own right. Both associations will work closely together, and we are working on an idea that members of the Lady Jillian Association will have ex officio non-voting membership of the Historical Association and vice versa. We don't expect people to join two associations unless you want to vote in both. As I said, we're now raising funds for two separate projects, but this one is about the Lady Jillian, so we're focusing on that. As Ronald said, we don't really know how much it's going to cost. We haven't scoped out the full restoration conservation requirements because we just don't know. But we made a back of the envelope guesstimate. We need probably about $300,000 in cash or in kind. The question then became, well, how are we going to get our hands on that sort of money? Our top of the head idea was that we'll sell 1,000 memorial plaques for $300 each. Simple mathematics. What we'll do is get laser etched, anodised aluminium plates which we'll fix permanently to the Lady Jill as in memory of the people who help us or who want to be remembered through that process. We'll also be using crowdfunding, and we expect to get quite an internet presence and go worldwide for people to support what we hope to do. We want your ideas as well and support, but the fact is that more money we raise off islands, the less we have to raise on island. We are getting support, offers of support as we go. Lady Barron from Flinders Island Aviation has kindly donated quite a number of airfares to enable us to move personnel between here and Bridport as we build our expert team and undertake this project, and we expect to get other support as we go. We're preparing two sets of frequently asked questions, one for the operational side of things, which Ronald will be managing, and one for the admin financial stuff, which I'll be looking after, the fundraising. And it's now then question time. Thank you. Ronald, do you want to come up here as well? Yes. You've got better eyesight than me.
Sorry?
You've got better eyesight than me. I can just see a blur.
I can see hands.
Oh. Anyway, I've got a question. Want to raise a hand that you may have, or anything like that, or have anything you'd like to say?
I want to know why the mast is down.
Look, why it's down? That's where it goes, Maureen. That's the boom.
It's supposed to stand up.
That's the boom, Maureen.
Oh, all right.
It's got a little slot. It's got a little slot just here that it sits in. It's like that. Put it in there, put the thing over it, and away you go.
The middle mast was taken out in 1964 when they converted to carry sulphuric acid from Port Pirie, Port Lincoln. Sorry, Bill?
The main.
Yeah, the main mast, yes. It was taken out and they put 10 cylindrical tanks in, and they could attach it up to their auxiliary engine, pump it out in something like an hour or less.
Less than that.
Less than that. And then turn around and go back and get more. She did that up until the late 60s, and then the crowd got rid of it.